Hello, all my sunshines and everybody that's been worried about me. I understand that worry and I appreciate you. Just so you know, I've actually taken a 3-day unpaid leave from my job to get some things together because I have some information that I'm taking to, let me clarify this, my local authorities. For the person, and you know who you are, that has sent emails that have been slowly escalating. And then, I don't know if people understand this, but we know as my sunshines that I had a Amazon wish list that was made because you guys asked me to, so I could get a few items to make your viewing experience better. I thank you. I mean, right now I'm recording on the ring light camera that was sent to me that has a microphone, as well as one of the microphones that was sent. Both of them work great. I just think this one works just a little better with the system. And the Chromebook that you guys purchased. I'm so thankful. And there was gift receipts with all of those items that were purchased. The USB ports, the star backdrop. I also have the unicorn backdrop. I have an idea that I plan on putting them together. It's just everything has been so hectic and I've been working so much, I haven't had time. That being said, I decided to do this in an uploaded video because I don't want to be distracted by the comments in the live. And I want to be able to make things clear. This way you can rewind, replay, whatever you want to do. I'm not going to see comments floating to the side and continuously say, no, you're wrong. And people continue to making those comments. It drives me bananas. Like, if you're going to say a person or creator's name in the comments and make accusations or make it seem like they said or did something, then at least be paying attention when I tell you no, that's not the case. So I have a few things that I want to handle in order of operations. First of all, to clarify what I was talking about in the betrayal of trust and the use of information, I suggest you go to the community tab section. I've uploaded the receipts, the screenshots. Thank you to my sunshines and my mods. The screenshots from their live where they were asked about me and my research and their reply. And the reply that was made to them. Those two screenshots are first. Then you will see the two screenshots where we spoke in a Discord. I don't have a Discord. I don't know much about it. To me, it looks like the Twitter. Just to be honest, it looks like that. And I can't, like, I'm ADD type personality and I can't deal with Twitter. It just drives me bananas. So my mods, they do the Discord thing for me. I'm just going to let you know. That's why I don't have one. I suggest you contact one of my mods if you don't know who they are. Then you've got 2 email addresses. I prefer you contact the Griffey email address just because I have several team members assisting me with that so that I can work, and every email is personally answered. Because you all mean a lot to me and I want that to be known. I keep looking to the side because it's hard to look into this camera and the microphone and see me over to my side. Y'all know I just keep it a man. That being said, I'm not going to go through posting any more receipts to prove what I have to say. I shouldn't have to and I don't need to. And if I feel posting those receipts is going to hurt the investigation or hurt the chances of this little girl that we want justice for, then I'm going to hold something back. Now, that addresses that. Y'all know who you are, S&P. You know who you are. And please don't make it worse by chopping it up and saying other things in other venues and thinking I'll never know. Just because I'm not there doesn't mean I won't know. My sunshines are everywhere. That's why they're rays of sunshine. They reach and branch out. I cannot wait till you guys see the original artwork that my daughter has been doing for the logo. I'm very, very excited about it. Now, on to the next thing. I'm going to say this the best way I can. My sunshines will understand it. Anybody that doesn't, I don't know what to tell you. Chip mentioned another content creator. That other content creator is correct. We do not know each other, and we have not had contact with each other. Period. Like, until somebody told me about the video that everybody's all up in arms about her downloading or making, I had never heard of her. I had actually clicked and was going to watch that video. It was still in commercials. I realized she's not monetized, but monetized or not, YouTube puts commercials on at least before and after. I was still in the commercials when I received notification from one of my mods about the live and about what was going on and what was being said about a content creator, and then how a different content creator's name got dropped. Look, I'm going to say this about that situation because I really feel I should address this portion. I don't give a shit. I hope I'm 5 minutes in. I don't give a shadookie that you use my stuff or not. I don't care that it looks and appears like you credited another content creator with the work that I did. That's you. You got to live with that. That's between you and God, okay, if that's what happened. What I do care is that we had a lengthy discussion, over 6 hours, and from the beginning, and even all throughout that conversation up until the end when we all signed off. At the point, one of which of y'all did leave early, but you were there for at least the first 2 times that we made it crystal clear and had an agreement and an understanding, as I see it, a verbal contract, that we were not going to release this information because it could possibly be detrimental to the case and to Little Summer's welfare. Now, to me, that's top priority. I don't care about fame or notoriety or whatever you think I do. And I really don't care what anybody thinks about that shit. I'm not going to sit around and explain myself all day, every day. That also being said, all you had to do was you've emailed me before. You've emailed several of my mods before. So you couldn't drop an email saying, hey, we're about to go live in 4 minutes. I wouldn't have been able to create any content to scoop you if that's what you think would have occurred. But what I would have been able to do is notify people that I'm in contact with, that I have sources that are down there on the ground, as you already knew and were aware, in the thick of things, and could have been put in danger by some of that information coming out without being warned. That's what upset me. You didn't give me a heads up to give me an opportunity to make sure my sources were safe. Didn't y'all say that you've had one you've not heard from for multiple days or hours or whatever? Why is yours more important than mine? That was the simple lack of courtesy and respect and keeping your word. As I said, trust is huge with my channel and my sunshines. That's what I need understood. We work on trust. We trust each other with our deepest, darkest secrets and pain. And if they can't trust me, then I've got a huge problem. Thank God that's not what your audience looks for, apparently. And if you feel I'm calling you out, then, hey, if the shoe fits, put that bitch on and lace it up, honey, and walk around. Because my receipts are posted. Please don't tell me that I imagine something or make people think that I'm after some money. Because as you can clearly see from our conversation, that doesn't seem like what I said, now does it? Now, on to the next one. I think anybody that's been given Chip hell, you can kiss my ass and I'm coming for you. Know that. Because she thought what she thought. Because in the live, everybody started on ziggy, 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 ziggy. Nobody was hearing me say, no, it's not. That's not what it is. Everybody shut up and listen, because that's not what we're talking about. That's part of the reason the live's private. Because nobody was paying attention to what was being said. They were all in their own little worlds. And rather than paying attention to the important information, they were trying to figure out who to call out. I'm not about that. That's not why we were there. That's not what we were trying to discuss. And I'm not going to support it. That live is private for many reasons. There are a lot of sensitive things that was discussed in the chat and commented upon. And I just think it's for the best for all parties involved that it remain private until it doesn't need to be private. Understand that, people. Now, as far as Chip goes, Chip had sent me some information. So she knew I knew that information. She thought that I had shared the information she had sent me with some of Ziggy and her team and felt betrayed. That is not the case. And I need to assure her that I never shared with anyone any information that she shared with me, because I keep my word. And I never did anything that I told her I wouldn't, which I know she already knows based on our conversation. Chip doesn't need to apologize for what she said, because if you listen to her video and you pay attention, as I did when I watched it, what she says is, if she's even wrong about the situation with Nate, and I love that. I love that she calls me Nat. I love it. Love it. Love you, Chip. Awesome. If you listen to what she says in that video, she says she'll gladly own if she's wrong about the situation with me. But it really doesn't change how she feels. Because, yeah, we all did have that information. Several of us did and sat on it. Why? Because it was what was best for this little girl. How did telling that information help find her? None. Because if, just like she said, if somebody is feeding her, if somebody has her somewhere and is taking care of her, you just screwed her. She's going to starve. Because they're going to be afraid to go there now. TBI and the police can't follow them there. They can't catch them. Not now. Because they're not going to go. Duh. So, let me lay this out for you real quick. Just like Chip said, what if it was something about money, like's been intimated, like a scheme, to say there was a kidnapping and to get a ransom? What if that was what it was? What if it was something to get some kind of, like publicity or whatever and to get funds? Didn't you just screw it all up with everything you just said? And wouldn't that mean that the part that law enforcement and TBI are playing is true? There's two other things that I want to discuss. I feel like there's a possibility that there's 3 ongoing concurrent cases. One is Summers, one is some stings, and one is dark. And it's about power and corruption. Do they intertwine and overlap? Good possibility definitely for 2. Could Summers being missing, shine a light on one and bring it forward and be making people scared about it? Absolutely. So if they're scared, the best thing they can do is bring Summer forward. Let her walk out of the woods and let her be found. Because all that light and all that digging will probably stop, because everybody's got what they've been asking for. And again, though, that might cause harm to come to the parents. Because, look, I have 3 theories, honestly. 2 of which definitely go back to just the parents. And maybe one friend that nobody knows of having to come forward to collect some reward money. Either way. And another one goes back to those blood ties and that land grab and stuff. But at the end of the day, all of them roll right back to mommy and daddy. At least, at the very minimum, knowing way more than we've been told. We've been told. 2 of them could mean that the local authorities are very well apprised of the situation and have been told more than we have by the parents. I mean, maybe there's a reason that from the moment Daddy was stating that he knew she was taken. You never know. If he owed somebody something, had there been threats made prior to her going missing? Do LE know that? And that's why it doesn't make sense to us, but it does to them. And they're playing things out the way they are. Absolutely a possibility. Was it something for money because of certain blood ties and certain things going on with the land? And what I found in quitclaim and warranty deeds that I haven't released to anybody, and I don't know that I will. But I will tell you this. Before the Clyde Trent transferred it to the Donnie Wells, as posted on my thing, you need to know there were 5 different quitclaim changes with that same property that never were finalized. What does that mean? That means it was maybe a rent-to-own type situation, or you had 90 to 100 days to pay the full amount, and you paid a deposit that's non-refundable. That means either somebody defaulted on payment one way or the other, and it went back to the original owner and was resold again. Is this a well-known game that's played around the same area? Yeah, I've seen it go down here. You know, so if you rent somebody a $500 a month house and you know that they don't make enough to be able to pay for that in any way, shape, or form for more than a month or two after they get their income taxes back, and you charge them $1,500 deposit and $500 something a month rent, and you know that they're not going to be able to pay it past 3 months, you just made that $1,500 deposit plus 3 months rent. That's non-refundable because it's a rent to own. It's not a rental situation, which is a whole different thing. That deposits to cover that warranty deed and other expenses and stuff. There's more to it than that, but that's just a synopsis of it. And how many times can you rent that land and you get that monthly rent plus that extra, $500 to $1,500 off of it when you rent it? And do the math on that. And if you have multiple properties, you can really make some money. So my question might be, where did the family finally get the money to pay for all that 11.2 acres of land? And did they owe that back? Was there a balloon payment? What's going on with that? I'm still asking, whose name is the red Subaru in? Why can't I find birth certificates for the younger children? Those are all valid questions. And now let's ask ourselves, as I've done analytically, they've told us the Subaru payment is $600 a month. So let's say you've got a light bill that's going to be at least $150 a month. That's $750. Then you've got Wi-Fi, because we know they do. That's been admitted. We've got Wi-Fi bills. Well, let's say that's going to be about $75 a month. And I'm going based on what prices are in my area, which is very similar. Geographically, demographically, financially, everything across the board, really, really similar. So, let's see. We were at what? 600 plus 150, 750 plus 75. So that's going to get us up to what? $825 a month. Okay. Then you have to add their cell phone bills. Well, as I can see, I don't know about Grandma supporting herself, but you got Don and Candace. So that's another, at least, if they both have throwaway phones in the minimum plans. But she didn't have her plan on. I remember that. But he did. So let's say $50 a month for that. We're up to $875 at this point. Then you've got car insurance. Well, if you've got it financed, you've got to have collision because the finance company requires that. And that's going to be around at $150 a month, I would say, based on the high payment they have. So we were at $825 plus $150. So that's got us to $975 a month right there. I'm guessing I'm going to let them go on a water bill because I'm hoping they got well water. If not, there's another $40 a month right there. So that's what I say. I ain't lost count to where I was at. But I think you guys get the gist of what I'm getting at. Their bills, just their bills. If they don't pay a monthly payment for that land to somebody, or they didn't borrow money for that land, their monthly bills, just bills. That's not groceries. That's not gas. None of that. Monthly bills are at least $1,000 a month. Now that means, breaking it down, saying your average is 4 weeks, well, 4 will go into 10 two times. And of course, you've got 2 left, and 4 times 5 is 20. So that means that Dawn's net pay from the drywall place needs to be about $250 a week, just for bills. Mind you, I keep reminding you of that. I don't know if he makes that or not on a regular basis, as I happen to know from past experience, construction, drywall, such like that, that's a sporadic paycheck. You may go a month or so without a job to do. So, how do you pay bills during that time? What are you going to do? You going to sell a piece of land? I mean, honestly, what are you going to do? That's another question. How do you get money when you don't have a paycheck coming in? And if you don't have food stamps and DSS stuff, but you still have those bills every month, how are you going to eat and pay the bills? Because, for the two of y'all, I would say groceries would be at least $125 a week. So, what? That's $500 a month. Now we're up to $1,500 a month if we had groceries. And then gas. Well, I'm going to say that you spend, because the distance you have to drive and the price of gas around the area, at least $40 a week. So 4 times 4 is 16. That's another $160 a month. So now we're up to nearly $1,700 a month that you have to pay for bills, groceries, gas. So where are you going to get that money from? Well, right now, I guess maybe you're getting paid for interviews. I don't know. Working at the drywall place. I mean, hopefully they have a good job and you have a good contract and you're getting plenty of money. I don't know. The reason it bears to mention what the bills are and to think about what he would be making and what's going on is it all plays a part in, did they need money? Why did people come out so vehemently when people were making out like, because he said that payment was $600 a month on that car, that he was saying he needed money? I don't know. Yes, there are rumors. Yes, there's all kinds of things going on. But at the end of the day, I know the right things are going to be done for Summer Wells. Why do I know that? Because I believe in the man upstairs. And I believe in prayer. And I believe prayer works. And I know each and every one of us is praying every single day for that little girl's safe return and for justice for her. Now, I want to address the person who has been sending me those emails. In case I didn't. I can't even remember if I did that. It just makes me angry when I think back about it. But what I want you to remember is you sent me multiple emails from two different email addresses that tie to each other. That you even told me, this is so-and-so from the other email from your YouTube. Because YouTube kicked me out or banned me or took my email and locked it up or whatever. Remember that? Then you went to not a moniker type name, but just your real name, I'm assuming, or what you want to appear to be your real name. But were you really, really messed up? And the authorities in my town are going to love is that Amazon gift receipt. So, if the other channel was doing things to protect me, as it's been intimated by saying she knows why, and what the email that I didn't post that one of my sunshines recently sent, and if you wonder what I'm looking for, oh, there it is. I'm looking for what has this receipt. You had someone that we all believe is trustworthy on your channel that you could have privately or even on your channel said, hey, one of the other channel creators we're talking about that's having an issue, you should talk to her because she needs advice on who to trust to go to for help. This is a gift receipt. I don't know how to make it because it's so white. Let me see something here. There we go. This is a gift receipt. If you can't see it, I'm trying. It's been wrinkled. But it has a personal message with a name. Now, it was purchased through Amazon. And why that's important to note is because, no, Amazon might not have gave me your personal information, but whoever purchased that and sent that personal message with that gift receipt, you should know that though Amazon's not going to give it to me, and I can't investigate it, and I can't pull it out, the authorities I've turned it over can. And if that channel did what they should have done, hopefully I'll hear from somebody higher than TVI or somebody outside involved in this situation, because I need to know that whoever I give copies, by the way, not originals, of this information will be able to go and get the information from Amazon and find out what credit cards were used to make these purchases and see it with this personal gift receipt to me. You see, you left a paper and digital trail. Even if you bought a throwaway card, which I don't think, if it's the actual person that put their name on there, you obviously were not smart enough to do that. And if it's somebody trying to impersonate them, I'm going to give you a little heads up here. The person you're trying to impersonate is a government official. So you just upped your charges. Now, are there blood ties? Absolutely. If I need to make clear, crystal clear, everything I found and put it out there to get heard by people in authority and to get taken seriously, I will do so. But I will only do so if I feel like that it will not hurt this little 5-year-old girl. I will not put anything out there that I feel is going to cause harm to come to her. Because at the end of the day, that's my ultimate goal, is to help her in this genre. Now, what I need for everybody to remember is a few things. The next time somebody wants to talk shit because I'm monetized and they feel some type of way about it, remember, first of all, Chris is monetized, Don B is monetized, AB is monetized, Trish is monetized. I don't know about other people, and I don't want to say somebody's name if they're not. And if I said your name and you're not, I apologize. You need to understand that when I originally created this channel, I didn't create this as the summer channel. That wasn't what the goal was. That's still not what the goal is. That's why we're branching out into other cases, first of all. And why they all have some type of SA, DV, or something of that nature. I don't know the proper acronyms that I'm supposed to use on the YouTube things, okay, to get the point across. I'm not real savvy on that. I'm just a country girl that shoots straight from the hip and tells it how I see it. And if somebody don't like it, as I say all the fucking time, you can exit stage left and not let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Now, that being said, if you don't follow me and you haven't followed my channels, you wouldn't know this. I originally started this channel as a savings and couponing channel for single mothers so they could save money. And it was always intended to be monetized because the time I spent on it was time that I was going to have to take away from my job and money that I was going to lose. That part's not changed no matter what the topic. It evolved, and because of my DV and SA stories, it evolved to a platform where we could all share and all feel better about each other and focus on cases that have SA and DV undertones. Hence the Summer Wells case. Hence the Susan Smith thing. I just can't, Hence, other cases that we intend to look into. It's something that I'm doing that I can't speak about until after I go to the trial in November. But know that it's one of our sunshines and one of their family members. And we will stand strong behind and support them in this case. When the system fails you, what do you do? Do you protect your life and yourself and your family? Of course you do. There's no other choice. But coming at me because I'm monetized by other creators makes no sense. Why? Because if you paid attention, you'll know that my subscribers, my sunshines, we talked about this at length. at least 3 weeks before I even filled out the paperwork. And I know it was at least 3.5, 4 weeks before I went through the approval process. We even discussed what type of monetization that I would or wouldn't do. Everything that's monetization or donation on this channel is a choice. That's what everybody needs to understand. There's no membership fee required for anything. There won't be one charged. I can't do that. I won't do that. Even though some of my subs have asked me to. I will not have on my conscience or on my heart that there was one person that couldn't come here and couldn't talk about their story or couldn't hear others and feel better about themselves because of a daggum $1.99 fee or something. No, not happening. And I won't do that because of that. So that's not even something to discuss anymore. That is not necessarily, from my understanding through YouTube, and I've spoken, I have their phone number. That is not something that I have to do for monetization. We have chosen to just do the commercials. And guess what? That's also just a choice, you guys, because you can either watch it or click the skip ad. I hope that you watch it and just let it play. Go fix your cup of coffee, make you a TV dinner, something, just let it play. Because that way I get paid and nobody spends any money but the commercials, the ad people, and whatever. Yeah, I know YouTube gets a big chunk. But it is whatever it is. You know, if it's enough for me to take 2 extra days a month off, great. Great. I'll take those 2 days off a month and dedicate them to whatever. Hopefully by then, it won't be to Summer. It'll be some other case. And Summer's case will have received justice for Summer. And we'll see that beautiful smiling face. I still have hope that we will find that little girl alive. I still have a lot of hope. And if cards are played right, it's possible. Now, if there's no corruption and lies, nobody should feel any type of way about people insinuating that or thinking that. Just to comment on that. And to finish what I was saying about monetization, my sunshines back me on the choices that I made. I asked them. No, I didn't make a poll because I wasn't able to go live through YouTube at that time, you know. I just asked questions. We had a live through a different app. Of course, you can't see the comments, but I asked for 1s and 2s, for yeses and nos. And I went with what I got the most of. And the comments, and the emails, and the DMs. See, they were all willing to pay a membership fee. I'm not going to do that. Will we sell merchandise eventually? Yes. Can you do super chats and super stickers during a live? Absolutely, yes. Do you have to? No. Do you have to watch the ad? No, it tells you skip ad, just like any other thing. Do you have to make a donation? Absolutely not. Sure don't. Is it nice? Is it appreciated? Am I thankful? Absolutely. You know, if it weren't for the threatening emails and certain other things that I got, do you really think that I would be taking 3 days unpaid off from my job? I can't afford to do that. I got a car payment now. I'm so thankful for that, you guys. And I'm probably going to have to buy a battery. But hey, it is what it is. At the end of the day, even if I have information that I could throw out there that would boom my channel, and I would have a video out there because I didn't give. Y'all think that, you know, oh, it was intentional. It was intentional. But no disrespect was meant. And she knows why. Nope, sure don't. I came to you in a moment of weakness and need because I was very triggered by what I had seen about that little Trent girl. Remember, I am a DVSA survivor myself. So, of course, that was going to affect me. And seeing something so similar from so recent and seeing that it received national media attention, in this case has not, and that girl was found and that this one has not been. seeing so many parallels just based on the area and searches and everything else, and no resolution. And then, I'm sorry, but if you read like that one article and saw the picture of that guy, it was very triggering. If you've never been a victim of SA or DV, then you won't understand where I was coming from when I came to you. I came to you to ask questions, not to get your research. Mine was fairly thorough and well. You've even stated so. Please don't say you haven't, because I have the screenshots from the live that my sunshines have sent me. Not even the ones I posted, but others. Never know, I might have audio recording. Remember, my mod set that Discord up. She was there. I don't understand, like, what you were thinking. I don't even care. What I do know is, as an SADV survivor, I came to you because I was very triggered. And I understood that you had extra knowledge of that area that I didn't. And I wanted to know, assuredly, that if I talked about any of these things, that I was not going to get Summer, a missing little 5-year-old girl with no voice, in any worse position if she was still out there alive somewhere. That I was not going to do anything to hurt the case. That I was not going to do anything to keep this little girl from being safe and receiving justice. That's what I understood. You may have also been being threatened. You may have also had your encounters with this person. It's not what you told me. Even when I gave you his full information and name, at the same time you told me you had it. I know you didn't have what I had from a certain Maryland paper. I know you didn't. Remember how shocked you were? Maryland? What? Why Maryland? That's like you thought I was off and it was the wrong person. You didn't have that information. I did. My sunshines did. By making promises and not keeping them, you broke trust, which to survivors who are battling with those feelings and emotions every day, that's one of the worst things you can do. That's why I was so upset. Because I trusted both of you guys to have integrity. And integrity would have meant just simply sending me a freaking smoke signal in the air to give me a warning. So that I could warn my sources and they wouldn't be MIA like yours was. That's all. But you didn't do that. How do you talk to somebody for 6.5 hours on a phone and have, 20 minutes of texting prior to that? And that's not the first time. Remember, we had some minimal email communication, as well as we had been on another creator's channel together. And after that, even when they left, continued to discourse. I think you forget that. Or don't care. Or it didn't matter. But see, I am transparent and authentic when it comes to that. And I give you everything. I'm not saying that you didn't have all the same everything I had. Well, I'm not saying you didn't have everything I had. Obviously. Because you didn't put it out. I still have quite a few things that I never told you about that you didn't put in there. And I'm sorry, but there was a couple times I heard verbatim what I said. Why didn't you acknowledge me in your chat when I said I didn't give you everything? Right at the point when you were talking about the land deeds. Because I didn't give you those quit claims and you didn't know about them. Or you would have put it out there with the rest of that information. I didn't give you one connecting piece that I found that's missing in all your information. One person that married another that ties the last piece together. I didn't give you that. And now I'm glad I didn't. And I still have it. My sunshines and I. I don't know that anybody else knows. And if they do, okay. I just want you to know that I do my due diligence. I do my research. And if you do yours and you say that I'm right, as you said in another message to another one of my sunshines that called you out, then you know it's true. That I do my research. I do dot my I's and cross my T's. I'll be the last person that comes out with some information before I'll do it wrong. I made that mistake one time with that phone call, which I wasn't wrong. We all know the police came there that night. We all know the police came there that night. Candace told us, didn't she? Isn't that what Candace said? After she'd said that the cops had been there and they'd arrested Don and took him to Massachusetts. And then she said they were beating him. Then she kept on and whining and the kids and da-da-da. And then all of a sudden she says, oh God, I got to go. The police are here. What do you mean? They're supposed to have already been there. They're already arrested Donnie. You know, what do you mean the police are there? You told on yourself. You're so dry snitched. You know, at this point, truthfully, I don't care who did what. The only thing that matters right now is that that little girl come back safe and sound. Trust and believe. There is a lot more that I know and that I have. But I'm not putting it out there yet. I'm not. And you talk about the family ties that bind. I found the last of the family ties that make full circle come together. I know. I know. But what I won't do is put it out there. Because number one and number two, Mommy and Daddy know. Mommy and Daddy need to tell. Mommy and Daddy know more information than they're letting on for whatever reason. And you don't got to tell us, but you daggum sure better make sure you tell those police officers. And if you're telling them and they're not listening, then I suggest you go scream at the national media as loud as you can. You ever heard of Nancy Grace? You ever heard of Inside Edition? I don't know why you're not bombarding them. Why is nobody beating their doors down? Why is the national media not descending upon this town looking for this little girl like they did the little Trent girl in 2016? People Magazine and Inside Edition had picked it up within 8 days. Why is this little girl so different? What is the difference? You see, one thing I've heard Chris McDonough say that I know for certain is true, especially in this case. It is the whys and what ifs that matter. So, and the whos. So here we go, sunshines. Here's your next challenge, because I've issued them and y'all stepped to the plate so far. If I asked for it, you brought it to me. And I gotta say, I've got some private eyes, some detectives, some researchers on my team. I've got to give you guys props. I wish I had the money to pay you a salary, because you research as much as I do. And don't worry, I'm hitting the microfilm. Listen to me very carefully. I'm hitting a microfilm. Few things I need. I need information on A1 sharpening. Anybody got it? I need to see it. Specific article. You don't know? Email me. I'll tell you about it. Next thing. Find me the birth certificates for Summer and the next two brothers above her. I have the oldest one from Arkansas. Find me one for the three of them. I have everybody else in the family been able to find. Find me one for the three of them. Show me who owns the red Subaru. Whose name is it really in and why? I need those answers. I'm putting together a puzzle and I need some more pieces. I challenge you, my sunshine. Step up to the plate. And if there's a marriage certificate, a marriage license, even a marriage announcement in the paper, for Candace Blind, Donald Wells, I want that too. Again, I am putting together a puzzle. And when the time is right, we'll put it all together. Who knows? If summer comes walking out of the woods, we don't need to put that puzzle together. I can just poof, push a button and it's gone. But do know, there is a video in the can. All my information has been moved to multiple multiple persons. There are backups to backups to backups. Call it a kill switch, like I heard it referred to. That was so funny. All around the world in multiple places, my words. But it doesn't matter. Because my backups have backups. And if you want to kill my switch, if something happens to me and I don't report to about 5 people or more for 12 consecutive hours, it will be blasted all around the world. Every bit of my information. And the video I have connecting the dots. If anything happens to me, everyone in the entire universe will know everything I have. And I mean multiple continents, multiple persons, multiple devices, multiple ways. I might be just a little country girl, but I ain't no dummy. My mama and them didn't raise no fool. I was born in the dark, but it wasn't last night. Now, we all know there's several content creators that I have an affinity for. And you guys, I still do. I want to give a shout out to my girl Chip. Always love you. Libby, you know your songs and your giggle. I'm forever a fangirl. And God, I'm going to forget somebody and feel so bad. I love AB. I love Tiffany Marie. You know, people could tear them down or whatever, judge. AB is a single father supporting a child on his own. So, I don't know what people's issue with him. I mean, at the end of the day, guys, you can say somebody's making money off of her or whatever, off this little girl. But, so, you want us to not monetize and not get paid for the ads that they're running on the videos regardless. Because if we get paid for them ads to run on our channel and on our videos, we're making money off this little girl. But if we don't get paid for them, then YouTube's making money off of her. Either way, YouTube's making their money. I mean, it doesn't really make much sense now, does it? You know, it's not... Like, I was even planning on an auction of some prints and original art that was created with summer in mind. But I would have to pay those artists for their time. And I would have to pay for the cost of shipping and handling and making the prints. So, when 100% of every dollar didn't go to that person, I would be accused, or to that fund for finding summer, I feel like I would be accused of taking money and making money off her in another way. So, rather than be able to contribute some funds or any funds to her, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, yeah, there's easy to prove accounting sheets and to keep stuff up. And because I was creating a separate entire account for donations. And to where it would be, you know, for the sale of those from the live auction we were going to do. That way it would be very easy to keep up with the funds and how they were dispersed. I mean, it ain't nothing to show a sheet, a spreadsheet, and show the proof, and to show a check and show the proof. But no matter what you do, unless everything is donated, which I doubt someplace like Office Max is donating 150 copies of prints, you've got to pay the piper. You've got to pay bills. I mean, I can't come to you if I don't pay my phone bill and my Wi-Fi bill and my power bill, for that matter. I've got to eat and live. We all do. So, am I judging you? No. For how you make your living? No. I mean, and I'm not going to. Anybody. And I know my sunshines aren't. This is to all the trolls out there. The one troll that really made me mad was the one that tried to start this drama between me and this Ziggy lady. I don't know her. I don't know her. I haven't even watched her daggone video, so I don't really know what she told. But my understanding is she told what I already knew. So why do I need to watch it? And I want you guys to understand why Chip was led that way. It was I get why she thought that's who it was. Number one, I'm seeing it all in the chat on that live. That's another reason it's private. Two, she knew I had that information as well. So I'm assuming with the timing that that's what she thought I was talking about. I have tried to contact her. And Chip, if you're out there watching, you have every right to feel the way you felt about that lady coming forth with that information, because you know, I knew it too. We chose to do what we felt was right for Summer. Somebody else did not. That's their choice. I get how you feel, and I totally respect it. And I don't respect anyone that is being rude or disrespectful to Chip. Period. If that's the way you are, and that's the type of person you are, I don't need you. So please don't be commenting in my chat or in my comments. See yourself out. Because my mods will remove your comments, whether you're in a live or in a tape video upload. It might be there for 30 seconds, but I guarantee you'll be a ghost. Because you're not going to talk disparagingly about Chip or any other content creator if I can help it in my comments. Unless they've really warranted it. And I'd still prefer you didn't. And you know what else? Here's the other problem. Whoever dropped the link in the chat to this lady's channel, to this video, you made people think, because that link was dropped and I didn't say to, that that's what the problem was. What you should know is that was disrespectful as well. If you are in another content creator's live, you don't drop a link to a channel, another content creator, unless that person who's holding the live asked you to. That's disrespectful. So can we both mind our P's and Q's and show respect to each other? Now, just remember, when it comes to certain things in Hawkins County, we can put a pig in a poke, but at the end of the day, it's still a daggum pig. I love each and every one of my sunshines, and I appreciate y'all reach out to make sure that I'm okay. Know that I am guarded. Know that I have documents and information. I've got to print some things out. It's not that easy. I don't have a printer, so I'm going to have to go to like Office Max or something. And make copies of certain other things. And take that evidence to the local sheriff's department here. Not there. Here where I live. You know, the people I know. The family that I know. People I've dealt with. People I have respect for, and they have respect for me. As I said, certain people, the name and your weight you think you carry, you might carry it there, but it don't hold water here. Remember that. Because I am an old country girl. I know how to gut a deer. I know how to shoot a raccoon and a squirrel. I've been deer hunting. I've been fishing. I've been rock climbing. I ain't forgot my roots, no matter where I've been and what I've done. What I still do have is my word and my integrity. And I intend to keep both. That's not a price I'm willing to pay for anything. I love you, each and every one of my sunshines. We can still talk about the sweaty people. We can still have fun. We can still laugh. We can still yuck it up. I am back to being me. And who knows? Watch this video. Stay tuned, because I got another live coming soon. Love you guys. And what do we always end with? Justice for Jeannie. Justice for Mary. Justice for Summer. Jill Strong. Justice for Summer. We're all about what's best for little Summer, a 5-year-old girl that has no voice without us standing up for her. Where's her national media coverage? Where's her local media coverage? A sporadic news article? Where's the outrage? Where's the interviews with the neighbors? Where's the interviews with her doctor and the corner whatever down the store and her teacher? All but one teacher, one person. We've had 3 people maybe in this whole freaking town that's been talked to about this little girl that's lived there for 5 years, and her family's been there for more than 10 years. We've heard from maybe 3, 4 people. What the hell is really going on there? Yes, it makes me angry. Yes, I get upset. And yes, sometimes I curse. But what everybody needs to remember is, at the end of the day, there's still a 5-year-old little girl missing. There's no flyers hanging up everywhere. There's nobody being... Where's the person standing at the local strip mall or the grocery store handing them flyers out while they're standing in front of there? Where's that person? Where's that mother or dad doing that? I see prayer vigils, and they're not even coming to them now. And I get it. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you've had a lot of people coming at you. So, your kid's missing. Oh, you come at me all you want. I'm still going to be handing out papers, and people can say I'm making a judgment call. At the very least, I'm passing out flyers. Why not? Why not? You were able to get to swimming all that day. You were able to go to 2 or 3 stores and a Sonic and go to the pharmacy and the hospital. You can't get to the grocery store and to that same pharmacy and that same hospital and those same places you went that day and pass out flyers about your missing daughter? That's what you're telling me? Why? Because Grandma's truck's on. You still got the red one. You still got the white truck. What's preventing you? One person can't drive 2 vehicles. See, that's my problem. What's preventing you from standing up and screaming and shouting and pounding on everything about your child? What's stopping you? I'll wait. That's where the outrage, that's where the feeling of something's not right here. You know more than you're telling. What do you have going on? What is your deception? That's where that comes from. That's why people are looking into the land and your genealogical tree and studies. And whew, Lord, is it deep and thick. Open your mouth. Help your daughter. Hand out a flyer. Justice for Summer. Justice for Summer. Justice for Summer. Justice for Summer. Justice for Summer.